Welcome to some new lesson. Life doesn't always teach us through success. Sometimes, it teaches us through pain, failure, fear, and second chances. Some new lesson is not just a channel, it is a place where stories speak, experiences guide, and small lessons create big changes. Every story here carries a message. No matter where you start, no matter how many times you fall, you always have the power to rise again. This channel is for those who feel lost, for those who doubt themselves, for those who are tired but not ready to quit. Through motivational stories, life lessons, and meaningful journeys, some new lesson reminds you that every struggle hides a lesson, and every lesson makes you stronger. So listen carefully, feel deeply, and take some new lesson with you, because one lesson can change your entire life. Eagle who forgot how to fly. High on a rocky mountain lived a young eagle named Aaron. Eagles are known as the kings of the sky, strong wings, sharp vision, and fearless hearts. But Aaron was different. He did not believe he was strong. He did not believe he was special. In fact, he believed he was weak. Aaron had been separated from his parents during a violent storm when he was very young, injured and helpless. He fell from the sky and landed near a farm at the bottom of the mountain. A group of chickens found him and took him in. They fed him, protected him, and raised him as one of their own. Growing up, Aaron lived exactly like the chickens. He scratched the ground for food, walked instead of flying, and believed the sky was not meant for him. Every morning, he watched birds flying high above, but he never tried to follow them. Whenever he felt the urge to stretch his wings, fear stopped him. What if I fall? He thought. What if I fail? The chickens often laughed at him. You're too big and strange, they said. Just accept who you are and stop dreaming. So Aaron did exactly that. He stopped dreaming. Years passed, and Aaron grew older. His wings were large and powerful, but unused. His heart felt heavy, as if something inside him was missing. He often felt unhappy, though he didn't know why. One evening, a wise old eagle landed near the farm. His feathers were silver, and his eyes shone with experience. He looked at Aaron and froze. What is an eagle doing here with chickens? The old eagle asked. Aaron lowered his head. I'm not an eagle, he replied softly. I'm just like them. The old eagle laughed, not mockingly, but kindly. Look at your wings, he said. Look at your claws. Look at your eyes. You were born to fly, not to crawl. Aaron felt confused and angry. If I was born to fly, he said, why am I here? Why can't I fly like others? The old eagle stepped closer. Because you were never taught to believe in yourself. That night, the old eagle returned again and again, talking to Aaron. He told him stories of soaring above clouds, of touching the sun, of seeing the world from heights others could only imagine. Aaron felt something awaken inside him, a forgotten fire. The next morning, the old eagle challenged him. Climb the hill, he said. Stand at the edge of the cliff. Aaron hesitated. I'll fall, he said. You might, the old eagle replied, but you'll never fly if you don't try. With trembling legs and pounding heart, Aaron climbed the hill. The wind grew stronger with every step. When he reached the cliff, he looked down and felt fear grip his entire body. This is madness, he whispered. The chickens shouted from below. Don't do it. You'll die. Fear screamed louder than hope. Aaron stepped back. The old eagle looked at him calmly. Fear is not your enemy, he said. It is proof that what you're about to do matters. Aaron closed his eyes. He remembered all the years he felt incomplete. All the times he looked at the sky and wondered what if. Slowly, he spread his wings. They were heavy, awkward, uncertain. Then, with one deep breath, he jumped. For a terrifying moment, he fell. But then something incredible happened. The wind caught his wings. Instinct took over. His wings moved not perfectly, but powerfully. Aaron stopped falling. He began to rise. Higher, stronger, free. Tears filled his eyes as he realized the truth. He had always been capable. He had just been afraid to try. Aaron soared above the farm, above the hill, above the clouds. The world looked smaller, clearer, and more beautiful than he had ever imagined. When he landed beside the old eagle, his heart was full. You were right, Aaron said. The old eagle smiled. No, he replied. You were right. You just needed courage to believe it. From that day on, Aaron never lived with chickens again. He returned to the mountains, learned to fly higher, hunt better, and live boldly. But he never forgot his lesson. You are not limited by where you start. You are limited only by what you believe about yourself. Moral of the story: never let fear, circumstances, or other people decide your limits. You may be an eagle living among chickens, but the sky is still yours. The eagle who learned to rise again. After discovering the joy of flight, Aaron the eagle returned to the high mountains where real eagles lived. At first, everything felt new and overwhelming. Flying high was different from short glides. Hunting required patience and precision. Surviving in the wild demanded strength not just of wings, but of mind. The other eagles noticed him. "Where did you learn to fly like that?" one asked. "You fly well, but you think like a beginner," said another. Their words hurt, but Aaron understood something important. Freedom did not mean the journey was over. It meant the journey had truly begun. Every day, Aaron practiced. He flew against strong winds, missed prey again and again, and fell many times. Some days he felt confident. Other days he doubted himself. One morning, while flying through a narrow mountain pass, disaster struck. A sudden storm arrived without warning. Dark clouds covered the sky, and powerful winds threw Aaron off balance. His wings struggled against the force. A sharp gust slammed him into a rocky cliff. Pain exploded through his body. Aaron fell onto a ledge, bleeding and unable to fly. The storm raged on, and the cold wind cut deep into his feathers. For the first time since learning to fly, fear returned stronger than ever. "What if I never fly again?" he thought. "What if I was never meant to survive up here?" Hours passed. His strength faded. Memories flooded his mind life with chickens. The cliff, the first flight, the feeling of freedom. Then he remembered the old eagle's words. "Fear is not your enemy. It is proof that what you're doing matters." Aaron realized something painful but powerful. Learning to fly once was not enough. Life would test him again and again. The real challenge was not falling, it was rising after the fall. As the storm slowed, Aaron tried to stand. His wing burned with pain, but he refused to give up. Slowly, carefully, he stretched it. Pain screamed through him, but hope whispered louder. Below the ledge, he saw something unexpected. A group of small birds were trapped by the storm. They were weak, frightened, and unable to move forward. They looked up and saw Aaron. "You're an eagle," one of them cried. "Please help us. We don't know what to do." Aaron was shocked. "Me? Help others? I can barely help myself." But then he understood something new. Even wounded, even afraid, he had experience they didn't. Using his voice, Aaron guided them. "Stay close to the rocks," he called. "Wait for the wind to calm. Don't fight it, move with it." The birds listened. Slowly, safely, they made it through the storm. Watching them fly away, Aaron felt a strange warmth in his chest. It wasn't pride, it was purpose. For the first time, he understood that his struggles were not meaningless. They were lessons he could share. Days later, after resting and healing, Aaron attempted to fly again. His wing was weaker, but his mind was stronger. He didn't aim for the highest peak this time. He aimed for steady progress. He fell again and again, but each time, he rose faster. Other eagles noticed the change. "You don't fear storms anymore," one said. Aaron replied calmly, "I respect them, but I don't let them stop me." Soon, young eagles began to follow him, asking for guidance. Aaron never claimed to be the strongest or the best. He simply shared his story of fear, failure, and courage. "I once believed I was a chicken," he told them, "but the sky didn't care what I believed. It waited for me to try." Years passed. Aaron became known not just as a powerful eagle, but as a teacher. Whenever a young eagle hesitated at the edge of a cliff, Aaron stood beside them, not pushing, not forcing. "Fear will be there," he would say, "but so will your wings." One evening, as the sun painted the sky in gold and red, Aaron stood alone on a peak. The wind moved gently now. He looked at the horizon and smiled. He had learned something deeper than how to fly. Today you learn some new lesson. Discovering your potential is only the first step. Life will knock you down again, but every fall carries a lesson. True strength is not in never falling, but in rising, learning, and helping others rise too. Aaron spread his wings and flew not away from fear, but beyond it. The end.